Hi, this is Soda's Place, and if you're not new to the channel, you'll realize that this is my first ever voice-over video, or Speedpaint, or whatever, you know. I don't have a microphone, so I apologize for the mic quality. I'm recording this on the same tablet that I used to draw, but I thought maybe I'd give it a shot. So, these two illustrations are based off of scenes from the Arcana, which is a mobile dating game that I love. Now, I don't play this game because I'm lonely. I do have a boyfriend that, you know, a serious boyfriend, but I actually play it, and I'm not even joking or lying. I actually play it simply because I love the art of this game, and I've gone out of my way to find the soundtrack because I cannot believe that they got away with using all of these, like, commercial-free sounds from Kevin Macleod, or Macleod, however you say his name. The guy that does Sneaky Snitch. They used his music for this game that, oh my god. Anyway, so the characters I'm drawing, can I preface by saying that I'm not entirely in love with these drawings right now. And by right now, I mean, it just, I don't know. But, I care more about the shading and the details than the actual, like, faces. I don't know what it is. Something about Nova's face in this, like, really makes me mad. But I just did not have the patience to start over by the time I realized it, so this is what you get. Anyway, the Arcana is I've only done, like, 2 of the routes so far. I finished all of the Julian route, of course, and I'm currently going through the Azra route. I honestly forgot that this game even existed until, like, I saw something about it on TikTok, and it, like, awoke me, like Cthulhu. So I had to go back and re-download the game and start over, and honestly, I don't remember, like, any of it, because the last time I was really into this game was 2021, and I think I was about 15 years old back then. So, yeah, I just started over, but I really love the art of this game. If you check my Pinterest search history, it will just be the Arcana over and over and over again, and it even made me pick my tarot cards back up, which I have not used since about 2021. So, you know. And don't get mad at me, okay? I only have those because somebody gave them to me, not because I bought them just to let them sit on my shelf, okay? I'm not that evil. Anyway. Nova. You've probably seen her on the channel if you do watch, or, I mean, if you even just look at my account stuff. I love her to bits. She is, like, my favorite of all of my characters. I love her fun space hair, and drawing her bones, and her scars and everything, and I think one day I will make a video going in depth about her species and her character design and all of that stuff, but for now, this is all you get, I guess. It's supposed to be she's looking in a mirror back at you, like looking at you through the mirror. I don't know how well that comes across. Honestly, I've been trying a bunch of poses that I've never done before for these, and I have a couple more in mind that I want to draw, but I just really wanted to make this video before I got around to it. I feel like I should have done the voiceover for the Nova video that I did before, Nova Scars, which, can I say, Nova Scars and One Night of Freedom are my 2 favorite pieces of all time. I don't know okay, I do know why it was so good. It was because I was going through a really bad breakup at the time, and, like, I was drawing a lot, and trying to get my mind off of the breakup, which I feel like you could kind of tell looking at One Night of Freedom that I was going through a really bad breakup. But, you know, honestly, my guy, if you're watching this, thank you so much for that. You really helped me out by letting me stew in my depression and and make some really cool art. Just kidding, he won't watch this. We're like mortal enemies, but you know, it did really ground me in my art and let me practice a lot. I definitely sped up the process of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. It definitely helped me improve. It sped up the process of improving my art by a long shot. I have multiple sketchbooks from that period just filled to the brim with really sad, depressing sketches of my characters. So, you know. And self-portraits, which I don't do a lot, actually. I don't really like drawing myself. It's more of a... I can never seem to get my face quite right because I always think I look different than I do. But, you know, it's whatever. I just generally don't like drawing people, except for people that I'm dating. But my boyfriend won't let me draw him, so... Well, not that he won't let me, he just doesn't want me to, which is fair enough, and I respect that. I'm not blaming him in any way. But anyway, back on topic. Nova, I like her a lot. She's actually a magic user. Obviously, if you saw the other video, she has like those 2 green stars of magic, which she uses like a green type of magic. A lot of the characters in my story use different kinds of magic, which I could go into detail about, or I could just sit here and not. So I think I'm gonna do the latter. But Pan, who is another character, which I don't know if I've uploaded him on the channel or not. I'm going to look right now as I'm talking. But, he is very heavily associated with Nova. Which is why she uses the same color magic as him. Oh, Nova is not my channel picture on... Oh, I'm wrong. Okay. Anyway. Oh, yeah, Pan has been on the channel. Okay. Like a year ago. Probably almost 2 years ago at this point. But anyway. Oh, man, my art was bad. Ugh. Anyway. Pan is, like, really evil. I hate this guy. The reason why I don't draw him so much is because I genuinely hate everything about him. And I know you're gonna be like, but he's your character. Why don't you just make him more likable? Because then it's not true to his character, okay? He's a mean, evil POS, and that's just the way it is, truthfully. Nothing you can do. But, he and Dinah are involved in a way that makes absolutely no sense to anyone except for me. Because, you know, One Night at Freedom, she's with a ginger elf guy, who's also, well, I mean, Faerith, the Speedpaint is up, but, Pan and Faerith are the same person, but they're not the same person. Like, Pan is the trickster god puppeted version of Faerith, which is going into so much, like, conspiracy theory board. I genuinely have a conspiracy theory board, like, on Procreate, full of my characters, how they relate to each other. You know, there's also a family tree portion, because it's so convoluted. It's like Once Upon a Time with how this family tree goes in, like, an absolute circle. But not in, like, the incest way, but just in the very convoluted of who's related to who and how they're related. And, it's just so ridiculous. But that's why I love it so much, because, little known fact, Once Upon a Time is my favorite junk food TV. I say little known fact as if it's not entirely obvious that I have a Peter Pan themed character, but that's not, okay, look, I love Peter Pan outside of Once Upon a Time. That was my favorite movie growing up, like my favorite animated Disney movie growing up. I have the book, I have several, like, cartoon books from Disney. I have the DVD of Peter Pan just sitting in my room. Like, it's just something that is near and dear to my heart. And I love pirates, so it's like, you know. And you'll know that I love pirates if you do look at my art. Like, there's a common theme of either princesses and royalty or pirates. which is like my two main special interests, is like medieval, like kingdoms and stuff, like medieval Europe and pirates. I love pirates. 17th century pirates. Oh my god, I eat that up every time. I have a pirate light switch that I got for Christmas, and I have like pirate costumes, an entire pirate themed shelf in my display case in my room. I have a lot of pirate stuff just because it's my absolute favorite thing in the world. But which another reason if you can tell that Pan is like Peter Pan themed is because Phalium, which is the realm that he lives in, is kind of Neverland themed. I mean, it's got 7 islands in the middle of an endless ocean. I feel like, you know, that's kind of on the nose. But anyway, we're in the Twyla portion now. I'm like 90% sure. Twyla is Nova's wife, and although right now, as the story's going, she won't have a lot of plot relevance other than being Nova's wife, she does have an entire backstory and agency of her own. I do love her as much as I love Nova. I just don't draw her as much because, truthfully, she has a very simple character design, and I like drawing big noses more than I like drawing button noses. So, you know. But I guess that's it for now. I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to drink water and eat food and do all the stuff that you're supposed to be doing but putting off. That's it. Bye-bye.